The raid on St. Nazaire was a daring British commando operation conducted during World War II. It aimed to destroy the heavily fortified dry dock at St. Nazaire, France, to prevent German battleships from utilizing it. Significance of the operation: the raid was one of the most audacious and successful commando operations of the war. Despite heavy casualties, it achieved its objective of disabling the dry dock, dealing a significant blow to German naval capabilities. The background of the raid. Strategic importance of St. Nazaire. St. Nazaire was home to the only dry dock on the Atlantic coast capable of accommodating Germany's largest battleships, including the Tirpitz and Bismarck. Its destruction would cripple the German Navy's ability to repair and refit its capital ships. Planning and preparation. Planning for the raid began in early 1942, with British commandos tasked with devising a plan to neutralize the dry dock. Detailed reconnaissance and intelligence gathering were conducted to assess the port's defenses and identify vulnerabilities. Execution of the raid. Operation Chariot. The raid, codenamed Operation Chariot, involved a complex and daring plan to ram a vessel packed with explosives into the gates of the dry dock. The explosion would create a breach, rendering the facility unusable. The Commando Force, a specially selected force of commandos, including elements of the British Army and Royal Navy, as well as French sailors and commandos, was assembled for the operation. Their mission was to land at St. Nazaire, destroy key targets, and evacuate under heavy fire. The attack begins. On the night of March 28, 1942, the commandos embarked on their mission. Under the cover of darkness, they approached St. Nazaire aboard a flotilla of small boats and motor launches, facing intense enemy fire from shore batteries and German defenders. Ramming the dry dock, the HMS Campbelltown, a former U.S. destroyer packed with explosives, successfully rammed the gates of the dry dock, detonating its payload and causing extensive damage. The explosion was followed by a fierce firefight as commandos engaged German troops in close combat. Aftermath and legacy. Heavy casualties. The raid inflicted heavy casualties on both sides, with many commandos killed, wounded, or captured. Despite the losses, the mission succeeded in its primary objective of disabling the dry dock, denying its use to the German Navy. Escape and evacuation. Following the destruction of the dry dock, surviving commandos fought their way to the evacuation point, where they were picked up by waiting vessels. The evacuation was conducted under heavy fire, but the majority of the force managed to escape back to Britain. Impact on the war. The raid on St. Nazaire dealt a significant blow to German naval operations in the Atlantic. The loss of the dry dock forced the German Navy to deploy its capital ships to distant ports for repairs, limiting their effectiveness in the Battle of the Atlantic.